Namaste. Welcome to this week's yoga journey. My name is Viva, and for those of you who are new to our program, Yoga Journey, it's exactly that. We take you into a journey of the different kinds of yoga practices, which are good for your body, mind, and you, the individual soul or the living being within. So first, for the body, we like to practice some asanas or poses, stretches, relaxing your body, freeing it from any tension. And by doing this, this allows you to begin to prepare for the next practice, mindfulness, yoga nidra, calming your mind from any thoughts or worries or anxieties that you may be carrying today. And once you've done this, then you're better prepared to relax and meditate on the beautiful spiritual sounds, names of the Supreme Person. So we'll begin, and I'll explain a bit more of each of the practices as we go through the class. So let's become aware of our breath. Get comfortably seated. Close your eyes and relax the muscles in your face. Relax your shoulders, drawing them away from your ears. Lengthen your spine so that you're sitting straight and that you can breathe properly. And lastly, place your hands on the tops of your knees, palms facing up. Now we'll begin to become aware of our inhalation and our exhalation. Let's slow our breath down and allow ourselves to become present within our practice. So take a deep inhalation, starting at your abdomen. Expand your abdomen entirely as you inhale. And as you exhale, slowly contract your abdomen back down, releasing it of air. And keep going in this way. Inhaling, allowing your abdomen to fill with air. Exhaling, allowing your abdomen to contract down to your spine. Now let's watch our breath as we inhale. Notice how the air starts begins from the abdomen and works its way up through the lower rib cage, expanding your lungs, and gently allowing your shoulders to rise up. Notice the exhalation, the movements that are occurring in your upper body as you exhale. Now notice your shoulders are gently relaxing. Next, your lungs are releasing of prana or air. Your diaphragm relaxes. And lastly, so does your abdomen. Keep breathing in this way for a few more moments. Slow your breath. Notice how your mind and body are becoming more peaceful and calm with each breath. So we'll use this breath as a tool to guide us through each practice tonight. In our asanas, we use our breath to soften any areas of tension that we may be holding in any joints through the poses that we practice. We use our breath in yoga nidra to relax our body even more as we lie and focus our awareness on the thoughts within our mind. And lastly, use our yoga breath to sing these beautiful mantras or names of the Supreme Person. So we'll begin our asanas now. You can keep your eyes closed or you can leave them open. We'll start off by releasing any tension in our neck. Go ahead and take a deep inhalation. Raise your head up to the sky or the ceiling. Then exhale. Draw your nose to your navel. Keep going in this way. Inhaling up. Exhaling, bringing your head down to your abdomen. Go ahead and keep going in your own breathing rhythm, allowing it to guide you through each movement. One more sequence. We're going to go in the opposite directions now. So inhale to center, exhale, go ahead and bring your head over to your right shoulder. Inhale back to center and exhale, bringing your head over to your left shoulder. Allow your breath to keep moving you through each movement. One more sequence. Go ahead and come back to center. We'll now do some circles with our head, releasing more tension in our neck. So inhale, bring your gaze up to the ceiling or the sky, and exhale, slowly allow your right ear to come to your right shoulder, moving your head down to the left and back around up to the sky. Keep going in this way. Inhaling up, exhaling down. You can make small or large movements with your head, whatever is comfortable for your neck. Again, allow your breath to move you through each movement. On your next inhalation up, go ahead and pause and go in the opposite direction, opposite circular movement that you're going in, perhaps counterclockwise. One more sequence. And come back to center. So we'll do a bit more movements here now. So go ahead and bring your hands behind your back, allowing your fingertips to just touch the ground behind you. Draw your shoulder blades back. Take a deep inhalation and bring your head up to the sky. Breathe here for a few moments. Stretching your spine, allowing your upper body to get a good stretch. On your next exhalation, go ahead and bend forward. Going down as far as you can into a forward fold. Make sure your sitting bones don't come off the mat as best as you can. The only thing that's moving is your upper body. Stay here for a few more breaths. Now gently walk your hands back down to center. And we'll do this again. This time we'll interlace our fingers behind our back. So go ahead and interlace your fingers, draw your shoulder blades together, raise your heart up to the sky. Breathe here for a few moments. And exhale. This time, as your forehead lowers, your arms raise up to the sky with your fingertips still interlaced. And go as far as you can. Pause when you meet resistance. On your next inhalation, slowly come back up and release your hands. Okay, we'll start with our right side. So keep your left hand on your mat. Inhale, bring your right hand up to the sky. Exhale, go ahead and bending your left elbow. Allow your fingertips on the right to be stretched out over to your left. You can keep your gaze straight ahead, or you can look up to where your right hand is. Just feeling that stretch all along the right side, from your right hip up to your fingertips. If you want an even deeper stretch, you can walk the left hand out a bit further and increase that stretch along the right side of your body. Okay, on your next inhalation, come back to center. We'll go in the opposite direction. Right hand down, left hand comes up as you inhale, and exhale. Go ahead and bend over to the left, stretching from your left fingertips this time down to your left hip. Feel that stretch all along this side now. On your next inhalation, come back to center. Alright, we'll add our legs this time. So starting from the right again. Allow that right leg to stretch out over to the right side of your mat, keeping the left one bent. So we'll do the same movement. So right hand down, you can place it wherever it may go, on your thigh, your knee, or your shin, your ankle, your toes. So take a deep inhalation as you raise your left hand up to the sky, and exhale, go ahead and bend over as far as you can to your right. Feeling that deep stretch in the right leg this time. Make sure your right toes are pointing up so that your right leg is active and stretching. So now you can feel the effect still on the left side of your body. It's still getting a good stretch here. Make sure your upper body isn't curled or hunched in. It's nice and open so that you can still breathe nice and deeply here. All right, go ahead and release. This time, allow the right leg to come forward to the center of your body, still stretched out. Toes are facing up still. We'll go into a forward fold here. Inhale, bring your arms up to the sky. Relax your shoulders. And exhale, bend forward, grabbing a hold of where you can. Maybe you can only grab your thigh or your knee, your shin, your ankle, or your toes. Just grab where you may go. Trying to keep a nice straight spine, a long neck here. Feeling that stretch again in the right leg. On your next inhalation, go ahead and come back up. This time we'll move the right leg over to the left, over the left leg. We're going to go into a supine twist here. Sorry, a sitting twist. So inhale, arms up to the ceiling. Exhale, twisting your spine over to your left. Bring the right elbow on top of the right knee. Left hand is gently placed behind you to support your upper body. And go ahead and bring your gaze over your left shoulder. Go ahead and slowly unwind back to center. We're going to do the opposite leg this time. So left leg stretches out to the left, right leg bent. So inhale, right hand comes up to the sky. Exhale, bending over to the left. Making sure your left toes are pointing up to the sky. Keeping your leg active and stretching. And do your best not to curl your spine in. Keep your heart nice and open so you can breathe. On your next inhalation, come back to center. Now bring that left leg to the center, stretching out ahead of you. We'll stretch our leg in this way. Inhale, arms up to the sky. Exhale, bending forward, taking a hold of wherever you may on your left leg. Make sure your spine is nice and long, as well as your neck. Keep your left toes active, facing up to the sky. Alright, go ahead and gently release. Now we're going to cross our left leg over our right. Inhale, arms up to the sky. Exhale, bending over to the right side. Left elbow on left knee. Right hand behind your back, supporting your upper body. And gently gaze over your right shoulder. Slowly unwind back to center. Okay, so we'll go into cat-cow, tabletop position. Bring your hands underneath your shoulders, knees underneath your hips into tabletop. We'll now warm up our spine. So inhale, bring your nose up to the sky as well as your tailbone, dropping your belly to your mat. Exhale, arch your back like an angry cat. Bring your nose to your navel, pushing the ground away with your knees and your fingers and your palms. And keep going in this way, following your breath. Inhaling up. Exhaling, rounding your back. Keep going, a few more cycles. One more. Okay, this time Go ahead and walk your hands out one hand length in front, stretching them up to the front of your mat a bit more. And we're going to come into downward dog, so tuck your toes under, raise your sitting bones up to the sky. You can keep a bend in your knees if you've got tight hamstrings. Or you can try your best to draw your heels down to the mat. And just imagine your body like a mountain. Your hands and feet are the base of the mountain. Your sitting bones are the top or the peak of the mountain. Feel that stretch along your calves and hamstrings. If you want to, you can walk your legs in place, stretching out them a bit more. And pause in your movement and bring your heels back down, bending your knees if you need to. Okay, we're going to start on the right side again. So go ahead and draw that right leg up to the sky, bending it a little bit. And we're going to open our hip to the right, allowing that right leg to come a little bit more to the left side of your mat. Staying here for a few breaths, feeling that nice deep stretch. Go ahead and exhale and bring your right leg through your left leg into a fallen star pose. So your right leg is stretched out to the left side of your mat, or the left side of where your body is. And your left hand is coming up to the sky, right hand down on the mat as well as your left leg. Breathing here for a few moments. And go ahead and come back to center, back to downward dog. Walk your legs in place. And we're going to do the other side. So bring your heels down as best as you can to downward dog. And we'll prepare for the left. So inhale, bring that left leg up, giving it a good bend, bringing that left foot over to the right side, opening up your hips. And we'll go into fallen angel on this side. Falling star, sorry. So left leg goes through the right. Left hand down, right hand up. Staying here for a few breaths. Go ahead and unwind and come back to your downward dog. Walk your legs in place if you need to. Pause in your movement and bring your heels down as best as you can to your mat. Okay, starting with our right leg again. Raise your right leg up to the sky and go ahead and bring it behind your right hand, dropping your left knee onto your mat into a low lunge. Okay, so inhale, raise your arms up to the sky. Going into crescent moon. You can put a slight bend in your back here, raising your heart up to the sky. Staying here for a few breaths. All right, come back to center and bring that left hand down on the mat. Right hand stays up. Go ahead and gaze to where your right hand is going. All right, bring that right hand down. So we're just going to do a small movement here. So we're going to go into pigeon pose on this side. So bringing that right knee down just behind the right hand, kicking the right foot out to the left, and go ahead and relax your dorsals of the tops of your left foot down to pigeon. You can stay upright like this, or you can relax down if you like. Whatever is comfortable for your hips and your knees. If you like a deeper stretch here, you can allow your body to just come down to your mat, stretching it out, your hands in front of you. Now slowly make your way back up to downward dog. Go ahead and walk your legs in place. Pause and bring your heels down to the ground as best as you can. Bend your knees if you need to. We'll do the left side this time. So left leg up to the sky. And come into a low lunge here. Left foot behind the left hand, right knee down. Coming up. Making sure your knee is safe as best as you can above your ankle. When you've got your balance here, inhale, raise your arms up to the sky. If you like to go into a back bend here, you can. Imagine you're holding a big ball in your hands, keeping your fingers nice and apart from each other. Staying here for a few more breaths. Okay. Right hand down, left hand stays up. If you want a deeper stretch, you can raise your back leg up off the mat. Keep your neck in a position comfortable for you. Going in the same direction as your hand, or you can gaze straight ahead. Okay, pigeon pose from here. So bring the left hand down, dropping the back leg, and lastly allowing the left knee to come behind the left hand. You can stay upright here if this is more comfortable for you. Or if you want a deeper stretch in your pigeon pose, go ahead and melt your upper body down again to your mat, stretching your hands out in front of your releasing back to downward dog. Walk your legs in place for a few seconds. And pause in your downward dog movement. From here, we're going to do a little vinyasa. So lift your heels up to the sky, roll into plank. Stay here for a few breaths. And now we're going to go into chaturanga. So bend your elbows, keeping them tucked by your side. Lower your lower body to the mat. Untuck your toes. And slowly come up to baby cobra. Allowing your pelvic floor muscles to support your lower back. And if you like, you can come into a high cobra here. Stretching out through your toes. Allowing little weight to be placed in your hands. And release back down to chaturanga. Tuck your toes under. Come into plank. And release back down to downward dog. Okay, from here, looking at the space between your hands, slowly walk your way up to forward fold. Staying here for a few breaths. Bend your knees here if you need to. Bring your abdomen to your thigh, allowing your entire upper body to just hang here in this nice calming inversion. We're going to do some half lifts here to stretch and strengthen our legs. So inhale, coming up halfway, straight legs, straight spine. Exhale, bend your knees, bring your abdomen down to your thighs, and come back down into a forward fold. We'll keep doing this with our breath. Inhaling, straight legs, straight spine. Exhaling, bending your knees, bringing your abdomen down to your thigh. A few more in this way, using your breath, your breathing rhythm to guide you. One more sequence. And melt back down into forward fold. Okay, we're going to go into mountain pose. So tuck your tailbone under, bend your knees further forward, and slowly roll up one vertebra at a time, with your head coming up last into mountain pose. Okay, you can stretch here for a few moments if you need to. I'm going to do a few adjustments to my hair. Alright, in our mountain pose, we're just going to do a little stretch, so I'll face this way. Make sure your feet are hip distance apart. Toes are spread out on the ground away from each other. Ground your weight into the 3 points of your feet, under your big toe, little toe, and your heel. Allow the weight to come up through your calves, your thighs. Lift your pelvic floor. Lift your sternum up. Bring your hands away from each other. Palms open. And lastly, imagine there's a string pulling the crown of your head up to the sky. Staying here in mountain pose for a few breaths. All right. Inhale, arms up to the sky. Exhale, allow the right hand to grab hold of the left wrist. Bend over to your right side. Feel that stretch all along the left side of your body. Stay here for a few breaths. And release, come back to center, releasing your hands. Other side now. Inhale, hands up to the ceiling or the sky. Exhale, bending over to the left side, left hand taking a hold of the right wrist. And go ahead and release your hands back down to your side. All right, we're going to go into Warrior One here. So right leg stays forward, left leg comes back. Put a bend in your front knee, making sure it's above your ankle as best as you can so you don't get any knee injuries. When you get your balance, inhale, raise your arms up to the sky. Staying here for a few breaths. Alright, we're going to move into Warrior Two. So bring that left leg to the long side of your mat. And release your hands to shoulder level. Gaze over your right fingertips. And stay here for a few breaths. Alright, we'll add a few movements in our Warrior Two. So inhale, right hand comes up to the sky, left hand gently placed on the back leg. Stay here, feel the strengthening in your legs as it tries to keep your body upright, stable and strong. Alright, go ahead and come back to Warrior Two. We'll go into side angle. So go ahead and reach your right hand forward and now bring it down wherever it may go, simultaneously allowing the left hand to come up to the sky. Now feel the strengthening on this side of your leg. If you want to go a bit further, you can allow the left hand to grab a hold of the right wrist through the little space you created in your leg. Staying here for a few more breaths. Now go ahead and come back to forward fold. Bring that left foot forward. And relax in your forward fold. You can bend your knees if you need to, allowing your abdomen to come down to your thighs. And you can rock slowly, allowing your hands to come off the mat. And we'll do the left side this time. So go ahead and bring the right leg back. Keep the left leg forward and come up into high lunge or Warrior One. Go ahead and try and get your balance, making sure your left knee is doing its best to stay above the ankle. And when you get your balance, add your arms up to the sky. So from here, we'll move into Warrior Two. And that just means allowing your right heel to come along the long side of your mat. Keeping your left leg where it is. Now add your hands down to your shoulders, shoulder level. You can lift your pelvic floor to lengthen your spine, keeping it straight so your bottom isn't facing out. Just keeping a nice straight upper body. Alright, let's move into Exalted Warrior. Left hand comes up, right hand down on the back leg. Feel the strengthening in your legs again. Okay, come back to Warrior 2. And we'll go into side angles. So stretch out over to the left with your upper body. And allow the left hand to come down wherever it may go. Right hand comes up to the sky. Again, if you want to go a bit further in your side angle, you can allow a bind in your arms in that space you created with your leg. Okay, go ahead and unwind. Coming back into a forward fold, bringing that right leg forward. Staying here in your inversion for a few moments. And now we're going to go into a low squat. So go ahead and bring your toes out to each side of the mat, of the long side of the mat. You can stay here if you've got knee injuries or high or low blood pressure. Or you can come down fully, allowing the sitting bones to be raised off just slightly over the mat. Hands to prayer. And allowing your elbows to come to the insides of your knees. Pressing them against the knees. Feeling a nice deep opening of your hips, your inner thighs. Nice straight spine here again so you can breathe. Okay, go ahead and sit down on your mat. We're going to staff pose, so feet out in front of you, stretched out nice and long. We're going to give those legs a little stretch from the strengthening that they've just been doing. So go ahead and bring your arms behind you, straightening up your upper body. Nice straight spine. Take a few breaths here. Point your toes up to the sky. We're going to go into a forward fold here. So inhale, bring your gaze up. Exhale, bend forward, grabbing a hold of what you can. Maybe it's just your thighs or your calves or ankles. Just going, seeing how far you can bend forward. Nice straight spine and neck if you can. Staying here for a few breaths. Okay, slowly release. Alright, we're going to come down, allowing our entire body to come down onto our mat as we cool down and come into Savasana. Or before we go into Savasana, we'll do a few more stretches. Alright. Go ahead and bring the tops of your feet out to each side of your mat, keeping your knees bent. We're going to do a little windshield wipers with our legs. So go ahead and allow your legs, your knees to flop over to the right as you exhale. Inhale back to center. Exhale over to the left. And keep going in this way, in this movement, allowing your breath to guide you through each movement. Couple more sequences of this. Alright, pause and come back to center. We're just going to do a supine twist here, starting with our right leg. So allow the right leg to straighten, keep the left knee bent, and allow the left knee to come over to the right side. Bring your hands out to shoulder level, your arms out to shoulder level. And here you'll find yourself in a supine twist. And now bring your head over to your left side. Feeling a nice deep stretch here. Alright, go ahead and unwind. We'll do the other side now. So left leg straight, right knee bent. Right knee comes over to the left. Bring your head over to the right to where your right hand is going. And feel the supine or the stretch going along your spine in this way. Alright, go ahead and unwind. Allow your legs to just fall down to the mat. Hands down to your sides, palm facing up. So now we'll begin Yoga Nidra, a quick mindfulness practice for us, as we draw our focus now onto our mind, the thoughts that are occurring within our mind, detaching ourselves from these worries that we are carrying throughout today, and resting it in the beautiful Sankalpa Aham Brahmasmi. So we'll start from the bottom and I'll work our way up to the top, beginning with your toes. Become aware of all 10 toes. Give them a small wiggle to release any tension here. And now pause in your movements and allow your toes to point out to each direction of your body. Notice the soles of your feet. Allow them to soften and relax, as well as the tops of your feet. Allow your heels to become heavy and mold their way into your mat. Notice your calves becoming heavy as they mold their way into the ground. Allow the muscles here to soften and relax. Bring your awareness to your knees. Allow the joints and ligaments here to soften and relax. And allow each knee to point out to each direction that your feet are facing. Allow your thighs to become heavy, softening the top and the bottom of your thighs. Allow the muscles here to relax. Bring your awareness to your hips. Allow your hips to be square as you lie here in Savasana. By doing this, you will release any tension that your lower back may be feeling by making this small adjustment in your hips. Allow your glute muscles to become heavy, molding their way into the ground as well. Try your best to allow your lower back to touch your mat so that it can be free from any tension. Notice your abdomen rising and falling as you gently breathe, continuing your yoga breath here. Draw your shoulders away from your ears so that your neck is not feeling any tension. You can move your head from side to side if you're still feeling any tension in your neck. And you can pause in your movement and come back to center. Bring your awareness to your arms and your hands. Allow them to become heavy and free from tension by placing a slight curl to your fingertips, giving them a wiggle if you need to, just like how you did with your toes, and then pausing still, allowing your palms to face up to the sky and the ceiling. Now draw your awareness to the muscles in your face, beginning with your jaw. To release any tension your jaw is feeling, you can part your lips gently, allowing the exhale to flow through here. And you can draw your tongue away from the roof of your mouth as well. Allow your eyes to be soft and heavy in each socket. Allow your eyebrows and your eyelids to soften. Lastly, allow your head to become heavy and molding its way into the ground, along with the rest of your body. Notice your breath, inhaling and exhaling softly here, allowing fresh prana to enter into your body as you lie here in Savasana. Imagine this breath like a warm energy flowing through each joint and softening, relaxing and releasing tension in your body. Now that we've relaxed our body through our asanas and our quick yoga nidra body scan, we can now move our awareness to the thoughts occurring within our mind. Notice all images, thoughts, feelings, emotions, and anxiety passing through like a stream. And you can gently observe by detaching yourself away from these thoughts flowing through and not being drawn by it, just simply observing everything that's passing into your mind. In yoga, this practice, Yoga Nidra, is to remind us of the Vedic truth, Aham Brahmasmi, which means I am not the body, I am not this mind, I'm not the thoughts occurring within the mind. I am the living being, the spirit soul, the eternal spirit soul, part and parcel of the Supreme Soul. Our mind is constantly active, even while we sleep. And the yoga teachers say that the best thing to bring your mind to a state of calm and peacefulness in this day and age is to add mantra meditation, allowing your mind to be filled with these beautiful sacred sounds, shifting your mind away from material thoughts and placing it onto spiritual sounds. practice this for a few moments. You may hear some mantras playing in the background. Allow your mind to absorb itself in this mantra Gauranga while you lie here in your Savasana. Allow the mantra to enter into your mind and touch your heart for a few moments before we shift into our next practice. Come away from our Yoga Nidra practice, waking our body up. If you like, you can wiggle your toes and your fingers. You can give yourself a deep stretch, raising your hands above your head, pointing your toes down, giving your entire body a stretch. If you like, you can bend your knees to your chest, taking a hold and hugging your knees. You can make circular movements with your knees, giving your lower back a little massage. And when you're ready, you can roll over to a side that you prefer and rest in recovery position before we move into mantra meditation. Okay, you can slowly make your way up to sitting position, just like how we started the yoga class today. So now we'll move into the next practice. Mantra meditation is good for us, the soul, the living being within. It's good for us to practice this every day to calm our mind and bring us to a state of peace, peacefulness. You can do this in the beginning, in the mornings when you start your day, or you can do it at the end when you end your going to bed. So the first practice that we'll do is we'll continue to use our yoga breath, pranayama breathing, but we'll incorporate the mantra Gauranga as you were hearing in the background. So as you inhale, you'll be meditating on the mantra Gauranga within your mind. And as you exhale, you'll meditate on the sound Gauranga. So using more of our senses allows us to become more focused in our practice and allows us to be less diverted from our practice. But if you notice your mind is moving away from your practice, or you can go ahead and bring it back onto the sound Gauranga. So we'll break up this mantra into 4 parts with our breath. Gauranga as we exhale. So we'll begin now, and we'll practice this for a few moments before we shift into Kirtan. Go ahead and take a deep inhalation and exhale when you're ready, saying the mantra aloud. Keep going, following your own breathing rhythm. do a couple more cycles. Bring your breathing back to normal. Allow your mind and the sound Goranga to resonate within it for a few more moments. So now we'll shift into Kirtan meditation, which will be the last practice for our yoga journey evening. So Kirtan is mantra meditation. We were just doing that, but we'll be singing the mantras aloud. Mantra means drawing our mind away from material and placing it on spiritual sounds. So that is what we'll be doing now. So you can have a leader lead and you listen and meditate on the sounds. And then when it's your turn, you get to respond and the leader gets to listen. So we'll do that, and I'll have Siddha here lead the Kirtan, and I will respond with you. So you can close your eyes, you can lay down, you can get comfortable, you can respond or you can just listen, whatever you prefer.
Namaste. So the mantra I'm going to chant is going to be Haribol, Nitai Gaur, Haribol. Your turn. Haribo, Nitaigo, Nitaigo, Haribo.
Thank you, Sid.
Haribo.
So that concludes our yoga journey today. I hope you are feeling more peaceful and relaxed and calm than when you first started. So every week we will be giving you our online classes until we go back to level 1. And you can tune in to our Facebook page, Meditation New Zealand, for more programs that we stream online for you to view throughout the week. Sundays we have more Kirtan, mantra night, and then on Mondays we have more yoga with Carrie, and then of course every Thursday you can join us for more yoga journey. So thank you for attending, and I hope you are well and safe and remaining kind to everyone. Okay, see you next week. Thank you. Namaste.
Namaste.